Okay, we are back and we are on week 8. So the plan for today is to get in some ankling and dribbling. So I on Wednesday night got into some ankling, which was great. So back running drills at this stage, which is quite early for some people, but with the fast to fit approach that I practice with my clients and Alan is practicing with me, it's not uncommon to be back doing running drills at this stage, although Alan did say that I probably am at the best level he's seen post 8 weeks for just the ankling drill. Obviously not for strength standards because he works with elite athletes, which I am not, but for ankling and retaining that reactive strength and those patterns and positions relative to running, I'm in a good place. I'm going to get into my warm-up here now, my flexion extension general warm-up, and then following that we're going to go into some pelvic work, pelvic strength work, lumbo-pelvic work, and then following that we're into some positions for deceleration and change of direction, and following that into the ankling and then some calf work to finish. I did my major strength focused session last night, so my major lift was last night, so no need to get that much strength or eccentric load into the quads at this stage. The calf work that I'm going to do is going to be mainly isometric as well, because I did my dynamic stuff and I focused on all the areas of the lower limb last night, so that's hamstrings, quads, glutes, focus on patterns as well, calves, as well as hip extension, hip flexion, etc, etc. So going to get into my warm-up and then get straight into the session after 5 minutes of bike, and yeah, I'll take you all through it as per usual. Hopefully you're enjoying following on with this accelerated ACL rehab process. So, still doing this one for a little bit of extension pre-session. The reason I'm quiet in here, I would say, is because I'm not the only one in the gym and I'm still probably a little bit reluctant or nervy to be too loud when I'm recording and there's others around. Although I think there's only 1 or 2 other people in here today, but I noticed that on the first video that will have gone out at this stage, obviously, I was very, very quiet on the first recording, and no matter how often you record yourself talking to camera, you might get better at talking to camera, but talking in front of people to camera is still a little bit awkward for me because I don't do it that often. I don't know why, because I'm not nervous about it or I'm not worried about what they'll think, because this is what I do and it's obviously providing value for you guys as well. It's just a social thing that you're probably a little bit reluctant to be seen to be putting yourself out there. It might be different in other countries. I don't know if it's just an Irish thing, but yeah, excited for this session. The ankling went well on Wednesday or Thursday night. I can't remember which night it was. Really happy with how things are going, and hopefully we're going to extend the total distance, the total volume today of the ankling. So I did 3 sets of 10 meters the other night, which was A1, felt great. So today what's prescribed is 10 of those sets. So we'll see how that goes. I do want to get back in time for the Six Nations game. Ireland are playing Scotland today, and I definitely will be home by the time the Super Bowl is on later on, but hopefully this is going to be a good session. We're going to continue in the same vein of going well, I suppose, and progressing as the plan. But if there's a setback, there's a setback. We'll deal with that when we get there. Look at that for range. In the last week or two, I've seen to have more negative comments on social media, which I can say doesn't get to me, but I find myself being more irritable, or I am a little bit more irritable in comparison to what I usually would be. And it probably is a factor. It's just like micro stressors every day. And although you don't care what people think, everybody says that. I think that's a spectrum on which, like, you have to slightly care what people think. And if you're getting hate or negative comments, it's only common with anything that you post, but the more views, the more reach, the more engagement you get, the more likelihood that more of those will be negative, because the percentage of people viewing it are higher. So where you would have had one negative comment previously, where that was 1% of 99, if the views increase, that 99% increases, then that one negative comment might turn into 5, might turn into 10, etc. So I'm able for it, obviously. It's more to do with the person that's putting that negative comment out there than it is to do with yourself. At least that's the way I choose to frame it, and it probably is more right than wrong in that way. What am I trying to get at with this? I suppose it looks like everything's going fantastically well all the time. It hasn't been that way. There was a couple of weeks stretch there where I was really sick and we had to deload and back off the back of that. Volume of work was just really, really high. My left calf's gonna go to sleep here one sec. You can see it shaking there now. Volume of work was really, really high, and I just kept coming down with minor illnesses, which was fine. Like, I was able to deal with it, but it just pointed to the fact that the amount of stress I was putting my body through, it wasn't able to recover from it. So where I was keen to push on and push through and see how quickly I could get back to this drilling phase or return to running phase, having Alan there to help me through it, he was able to say, nah, let's back off. And I was like, oh, but I want to keep going. I think we're doing really well. And he's like, yeah, but backing off is going to allow you to recover, to accelerate this process long term rather than short term pull it back. And I was like, yeah, you're 100% right. I would do the same thing with a client. And that's the value in having a coach, having somebody to guide you through it. So a couple of things there I suppose I've gone through, but it's just my ramblings. This is serving as the podcast for now. I will get more podcasts out soon. Some of you enjoy hearing my ramblings, so I'll continue to put them together for you. Hopefully it's some insight into my mindset and my mental approach to all of this stuff, the good and the bad, because I am grateful for how things have gone, really grateful. Not all rehabs will be this quick, and not everybody's able to give the time to this. I understand that, but what I've been trying to show you guys is if you do the right things by reaching out to the right people, there's no reason why you can't get back faster than the traditional approach of 9 to 12 months. Right, another successful session, another successful week. Got through all the volume of the session, really happy to have done so. 10 by 10 on the ankling / dribbles was quite good to get through, to be honest. And given that I only did 3 reps the last day, like I've more than trebled the volume, as well as that I was trying to go above just ankle height up to shin height this time as well. So hopefully Alan will have a look back at that and he'll let me know how that's gone, if it's been successful. I'm happy with where I'm at, but that doesn't mean that I'm satisfied yet. Although I'm grateful to have got this far after 8 weeks, I'm really happy, because I know that not everybody's going to get here. I still want to push on, and I still want to see what I can achieve in the next few weeks. If we can get out on the pitch in a couple of weeks, that would be absolutely massive realistically, and I think it would show a lot of people just what's possible with the right approach. However, to go back to what I was talking about at the start of the session, the criticism that I've got, which is completely fair I guess and to be expected, has been around me sharing my wins and sharing how well I'm doing in my own ACL Rehab return to play journey. Just because I'm doing well doesn't mean it's been easy. Doesn't mean there haven't been sacrifices I've had to make. There haven't been tough decisions that I've had to make and things that I've had to give up. Like I have had to return home from Australia to Ireland, say goodbye to my friends. It is isolating. Injury is isolating. You're not going to have the same opportunities for connection, the same opportunities to socialise with people. But I have chosen to frame it in the way that, look, I'm going to go and work on myself here, work on my own rehab and show people just what's possible if you dedicate the time necessary. That doesn't mean that absolutely everybody has the resources and the time to dedicate to doing it in this way. And that doesn't take away from your rehab and return to play journey that I am doing this. I'm just showing people that if they want to do it and they have the resources available and they want to reach out to those that know how to guide them to get there, then it is possible. Because many physios, many coaches, many practitioners and athletes don't understand that you can return to play or rehab an ACL reconstruction quicker than 9 to 12 months. Now, typically we save that for the elite athletes, the professional athletes, but I'm here to prove that you don't have to be an elite athlete to do it. I'm going to try and do it in quicker time than I did last time, which was pretty much 15 months, and we're going to see how we go. So I'm welcoming the hate. That's why I'm putting this stuff up here, to help more people than hate it. So we'll see how it goes. If people are sending me messages or commenting on videos with, I suppose, comments that are unsatisfying and aren't that nice and don't take a measured approach, then that's more on them than it is on me. But I'm not going to let it stop me necessarily, not that it would. I'm going to continue putting this content out for you guys as long as you guys are enjoying it, and then hopefully you'll take something from it. So, like always, I hope you've liked it, and if you have liked it, please like it, share it, and send it.